Before this video starts, I would like to say something before next week, because next week is when Summer Game Fest happens, and I just want you guys to lower your expectations. Some of you guys have way too high expectations for some of these events, so I wanted you to say, just bring it down a tad. I don't want you going too high and then being disappointed of not getting the game that you wanted. So again, obviously I have some of my expectations, and you have yours, so I just want you guys to maybe lower it just so you can don't feel nearly as disappointed. I know it's something that's pretty random to say at the start of the video, but I just want to say it because it seems like every time something drops when it comes to Summer Game Fest, Game Awards, people have their expectations way too high, and then afterwards they're really disappointed by the fact that the game was not mentioned at all, or the game that they thought was going to happen. Now, I make these videos, or my ideas and stuff like that, and I don't think they're always going to happen, and yeah, it does definitely suck. So it does happen. Moving on, let's talk about the actual thing that's the important part of this video, which is the actual partners or the companies that's going to be at the Summer Game Fest, which for once we're actually getting PlayStation, Xbox and Nintendo all there. It's been a little bit since we've seen all three of them there, as far as I remember. I don't know, you guys probably have to tell me in the comment section below whether we got something like that, maybe I don't know, last year, the year before, but I don't think it was the last year, but I could be wrong. We also have stuff like Capcom, so that's interesting, and a big, well, not really favorite, it's just more because of the game that we're working on. Supermassive Games obviously working on Little Nightmares, so that's something to definitely look out for, in at least for my personal sense, because again, I'm pretty hyped for a new Little Nightmares, and it's weird I haven't actually covered that on the channel. Very strange. But yeah, you have obviously Capcom, PlayStation, Xbox, you even got Square Enix, CD Projekt Red. A few of them I feel like I kind of get the idea of what they're going to announce. PlayStation, I feel like it's going to be very, I don't know, it's not going to be anything crazy. I may be wrong, I haven't really followed PlayStation leaks or anything like that, so you guys might need to correct me, but I haven't seen anything crazy. As far as I know, they're probably going to show a little bit more of Stellar Blade PC maybe, I'm thinking, because obviously it's releasing on the 11th of June, so you may want to get some more advertisement when it comes to that, especially at a big showcase like the Summer Game Fest, since that is the new E3 of today. Since E3 is gone, rip in the chat, but yes, CD Projekt Red, I imagine they are probably going to just dish out maybe some information about The Witcher. I mean, we got the Game Awards, so that'll be very interesting to see any new updates when it comes to that game. We might not, but I don't know what else they might be showing off. We also do have, Cyberpunk, I was going to say Edgerunners, Cyberpunk 2, or whatever it's going to be called, in the works, because they did confirm that. We also do actually, I forgot to mention, are getting Stellar Blade 2, so we might get maybe an announcement or teaser or something like that. It is a little bit, in my opinion, maybe too early, but I'm pretty sure it might be, might be that time to do a little teaser drop. As far as I'm aware, I don't know if anything is being announced when it comes to Square Enix, at least in a big sense. Obviously, we are getting them at this presentation, but I really don't know what they're going to present here, because as far as I know, or lately I've been hearing a few rumors that they won't really have anything until maybe next year, or like 2027, when it comes to at least new games or something like that about Final Fantasy. So it's going to be a little bit of a drought as far as I'm aware. I could be wrong. These are just little rumors, trinkets that we're getting, but there is the idea of maybe a Kingdom Hearts 4, but that's massive copium at this point, because we haven't gotten that much information. We did get a few screenshots, I think is it last week or week before, so that's really awesome. Maybe you can get Kingdom Hearts 4, but again, that's pretty much leaning into copium, because that game itself is just something at a myth at this point. I mean, it's more of a myth than Wukong. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe we can even get Dragon Quest. I mean, we've gotten radio silence from that game. All we've gotten is that little teaser little drop that we have. I can't remember when that was done, but yeah, we have Dragon Quest, what is it, 13 now? I was about to say 12, but no, we already got 12. So that's probably still in the works. I mean, I imagine there haven't been anything saying that it's got an axe, so maybe that's where we're going when it comes to announcements. There is also the idea that maybe it can announce some stuff for Switch 2, like maybe Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, but as far as I'm aware, I don't know what Square Enix might pull off today. I mean, today, next week. Maybe something about Nier? I would hope so, but again, I really don't know. If you're enjoying this video so far, make sure to drop a like and subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell, that way you can get my videos first for any new update regarding the gaming world, or really Resident Evil stuff for the most part, on Nintendo stuff. So yeah, hit the notification bell and stay avoiding. I don't know. Well, I made you guys wait long enough, so let's talk about Capcom. Capcom's announcements will probably be stuff like Okami and Onimusha. Mainly Onimusha, since that's coming out next year, and I imagine they probably want to build up a little bit more hype for this game, considering it's not like Resident Evil or something where, you know, you can kind of get away with not, you know, marketing it nearly as much. But with something like Onimusha, I would say definitely we need some more marketing on that game, since it does look an interesting title, and I feel like a lot of people who don't know this franchise may want to actually sink their teeth in it, especially since they probably just wrapped up playing Onimusha 1 and 2, since, yeah, Capcom's done a release of the second game and you could already buy the first game. So why not, and you know, bring up the, you know, release date or something, maybe get something going for that. No, Okami, I feel like, I don't know when that's really coming out too tough. I can't remember when from the first announcement, but that does look like it's probably something you want to market as well, get that out on the scenes for people to really take a look at, since, you know, it's Okami, and honestly it's generally a beautiful game. Now I'm expecting those visuals to really pop. If they do, I'll see show off the game, which again, I'm not sure how much announcements the company is gonna do, but it's just fun to speculate as always. Now the big one, which everyone's probably waiting for, is Mega Man. No, I'm kidding. Mega Man's probably like left in dust somewhere in their back pocket. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have done that, but I just really just thought of Mega Man just for a minute and just popped on my head. But no, Resident Evil. Resident Evil is probably the likely option that we might get maybe some sort of information about, maybe a little teaser or something regarding the next game. I mean, we already know that it is in the works because that's been officially said, but we don't know what and which game or how many games are in development, so that's something we can always get an update about. So that's where I would say, when it comes to Capcom stuff, is probably what they're likely to show off. Less so of the Resident Evil stuff, which is the sad part, and probably more stuff like Onimusha, but it could be the opposite, we don't know. Now, I would love to get some more stuff about Pragmata, because that game is something I'm really interested to seeing since the first teaser drop, or really the first little trailer we had. So it would be great if they can show off that game, get a little bit more hype going for that, because I feel like everyone's either remember that game or they've probably forgotten about it, and they just need something to jog their memory of it. I hope they do show off this game. I've been kind of waiting for it. I was kind of hoping they'll show it off at the Game Awards, but they didn't, so maybe you can get something going on for that game. Get some sort of mentioning going on, yeah, that would be great. In terms of Sega stuff, I imagine it's probably going to be stuff like Demon Slayer, because why not? It's coming up to its release, I think in August, so maybe get a little bit more trailers going on there. Maybe, I want to say maybe we'll probably get some more additional information when it comes to Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, as that a game that's probably still releasing this year, and I really hope it is, because, I know, why not? Make it the year of, I don't know, racing games when it comes to Mario Kart and Sonic. So why not drop some more sort of information when it comes to that? Mainly Demon Slayer, since, you know, I am really hyped for this release, and I feel like it would be really great to see some more stuff going on. Maybe get some more features getting added to the game, I don't know. It's just really, I don't know what Sega might drop. Maybe some stuff for Switch 2 as well, maybe stuff like Persona 3 being added to the Switch 2 or something like that, because I don't know, there wasn't really much going on in terms of departments of when it comes to Sega and dropping stuff for Nintendo Switch 2, so we might get something like that. I imagine though, down the line, something considering Persona 3 on the Switch, but it'll probably be more at a direct than anything else than something here. But it is something to look out for either way. So let me know in the comment section below what you guys would want to see from any of these companies when it comes to announcements. The last company I want to actually highlight is Nintendo. Nintendo being here is actually a big deal because obviously the Switch console was probably pretty much out by then already, which is on June the 5th, and Summer Game Fest will be happening on the 6th. So it does make sense to be at this presentation to show off Switch 2 stuff, but it is still a big deal because Nintendo has not been at any of these real announcements for a good while, and that's probably because they just feel like they didn't really have anything to show off. So we'll probably still see them even next year or year after, since the Switch 2 is still going to be going strong for those years. Now what they'll show off is most definitely Donkey Kong, get some Metroid going on probably, as well as some Pokemon Legends EA. I imagine Pokemon Legends EA, since obviously that's releasing in October, but Donkey Kong especially because, you know, it's releasing literally next month, or the month after, sorry. I don't know why I was thinking that we're in June, but yeah. So again, these are the announcements I imagine being shown off. Could we get a little teaser of Smash? That's probably unlikely, I'll be honest, but it would be dope. Either way, I imagine that being more something of a Game Awards thing, but Kirby hasn't even come out, so it'd probably be something like Kirby Air Rides being shown off too. Again, we don't know if that direct is still happening, so we might have to wait and see for that. So they might show off a few things, but mainly wait until you get the announcement of the direct to be shown off. So, you know, that is the idea potentially that I'm thinking of. Let me know in the comment section below what you think of, and overall what you guys think is going to happen at Summer Game Fest with all these companies being here. Do you think it's going to be a really good direct presentation, or do you think it's going to be, you know, something that's not going to be great? Let me know in the comment section below, and as always, like the video if you enjoyed, and subscribe so that you can get more stuff of my videos when it comes to Resident Evil, or really anything, I would say. But mainly Resident Evil, Nintendo, and probably Final Fantasy. And, you know, I don't even know what that word is. My three things are really JRPGs, horror games, fighting games. Those are pretty much my main three, and obviously just Nintendo in general. So if you guys like any of those stuff, then definitely subscribe to the channel. And as always, hit the notification bell, that way you stay notified about my videos in the future. With that all said and done, peace out guys, and have a lovely day.